Are you digging this fugly ass braid I got going on? I could not tame the beast today, so it just got put in a braid because there's nothing else I could do, so deal with it. So what I would like to talk about today is something that actually really bothers me. Today I want to talk about girl hate. As a woman, as someone that has 2 daughters that will grow up to be women, girl hate really bothers me. So when we talk about girl hate for me, it's a lot more than just like, okay, 2 females get into an argument or they just don't like each other. Girl hate is when we just like really are tearing each other down, and a lot of times it's completely unnecessary, and a lot of times the destruction we do is irrelevant, it's unwarranted. It's girl hate. The first form of girl hate is gossip. Now, you certainly can talk about somebody in their absence without gossiping, but for me, gossip is when you're saying something that's just really mean, really negative. Maybe it's a lie. Maybe it's only a partial truth. Or maybe it's something that, was told you in confidence that you really shouldn't be repeating. Gossip is destructive on a few different levels because, number one, you are breaking trust that you have with other women. You're sitting there talking about some woman behind her back. Eventually it's probably going to get back to her, and she's going to have a hard time trusting you. And not to mention, the people you're gossiping with, they are going to see you as a gossip, and they're going to see you as someone that could potentially gossip about them too, so they're not going to trust you. So it's going to hurt your relationships in the end, but also gossip does get back to people, and it's probably going to hurt some feelings. So as a general rule of thumb, if what you're saying behind somebody's back, if you wouldn't say it if they were in the room, you probably shouldn't say it behind their back. And also think, if this was being said about me, how would I feel? And if you would feel kind of shitty if these things were being said about you, then maybe you don't say them about somebody else. This is the really kind of funny thing about gossip, is a lot of times we like to justify it or disguise it. We like to pretend that we're concerned about another individual. As females, we like to do things like,
so I'm just really concerned about Jackie because ever since the divorce, she has been drinking like a fish. I mean, seriously, this bitch came to my house and she like killed an entire bottle of tequila. Like, seriously, I'm so concerned. Like, I'm worried about her.
no, you're not. You're not worried. You're not concerned. You're gossiping. So, follow the rules. If you wouldn't say it in front of them. If it would hurt your feelings, don't say it. So the second form of girl hate is when a female assumes a role of superiority over other women, and usually for really stupid reasons. A lot of times women think they're better than other women because they look one way and other women look another way. You see these posts all the time on Facebook, like, real women have curves. You're sitting there assuming that you're better than other women because you have an hourglass figure and they don't. No, you're not better. You have a different body type. That's it. And I see this, unfortunately, on like the mommy forums all the time. Like, the women will come out and say, I think I'm better than you, but it's implied. Like, they'll say things like,
oh, you work full time and you have to put your 6-week-old in daycare. See, it was just really important to me to be home with my baby because they need that, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I couldn't leave my baby in daycare.
You know what you're doing when you act that way. You're acting like the choice that you made is somehow better than the choice another woman made, and that's not okay, because it's girl hate. The third type of girl hate is when we just instantly dismiss all other females. And this is something I see a lot, like once a week. Girls will say things like,
I just don't really like to be friends with girls because girls are bitches and they start drama. I prefer to be friends with guys because guys are cool and guys are chill.
you get what I'm saying. When you assume that all women are one way and all men are another way, that, my dear friends, is called stereotyping. Now, let me just say, if you are a woman and you work in a field that is dominated by men. Say you're an engineer. Most of your coworkers are probably guys. It makes sense that most of your friends are going to be guys because that's who you're surrounded by. Or if your hobbies and interests tend to be hobbies and interests that appeal to more men than women, say you like to play pool. My husband plays pool, and most of the people on his pool leagues and things like that are guys. Yeah, there are girls, but there's not a lot of them. So if your hobbies and interests tend to attract more men than women, then yeah, it makes sense that a lot of your friends are going to be guys because that's who you have common interests with. If you want to be friends with mostly guys, I don't give a shit. I really don't. But don't do it because you assume all women are bitches, because they're not. Yeah, some women are bitches. I hate using that word. Some women are mean, yeah, but some women are really, really awesome. And yeah, a lot of guys are really awesome. They're easy to talk to, they don't start drama, they're awesome. But there are guys that are mean too. It has nothing to do with their gender, it has everything to do with the kind of person that they are. The fourth type of girl hate that I'm going to talk about, and this is probably the most destructive, is the girl hate that's one-on-one. The girls that are sitting there assuming that all girls are bitches, one can see their point. A lot of times as women, for whatever reason, we do attack each other. We put each other down, we degrade one another, we belittle one another. Women attack each other in various ways. A lot of times we will criticize another woman's physical appearance. We will call her fat, we'll call her ugly, we'll make fun of her skin, make fun of her hair. Oh, wait, I already did that for you, so you don't have to. Whatever. Or we will question her morality. That's oftentimes when words like slut, whore, trampy, skanky come into the conversation. Or maybe we question her intellect, or we question the choices that she makes. In some way, shape, form, or fashion, we want to put her down. This sucks. It sucks. I hate seeing women putting each other down. As if women didn't already have that voice in their head, telling them that they're not good enough. Let's fuel the fire. No, let's not. It's not okay to belittle another woman. I understand that women are going to have conflict, that sometimes we're going to argue, we're not going to agree. Sometimes you just aren't going to like another woman, and it doesn't necessarily mean that she's a bad person or you're a bad person. Sometimes personalities just don't mesh, people butt heads. That's going to happen, but you do not need to resort to name calling. And I think a lot of times we use words like fat, ugly, stupid, whore, skank, bitch, because we know that hurts. We've all been called those things, and we know how badly it hurt us when we were called those things. So we know if we're trying to hurt another woman, we know exactly how to do it. We want to hit them where it hurts. So why do we do this? Why do we degrade and belittle and put down other women? I think a lot of times, this may be hard for us to admit, I think a lot of times we feel very threatened by other women. We are constantly comparing ourselves to one another, and if we see a woman and we think that she's prettier than us, or she has nicer hair than us, or a nicer body than us, we become mad about that because we want to be those things. So we feel threatened, we feel intimidated, we feel jealous. And instead of looking inward and dealing with our own self-esteem, our own self-confidence, it's much easier to just knock her off her high horse. My 6-year-old daughter just told me, it's better to be you. Words of wisdom from a 6-year-old. That is the best thing I've heard all day. A lot of times when we put other women down, I think it's because we're actually just feeling very bad about who we are. We are feeling fat, we are feeling ugly, we are feeling stupid. Maybe we're questioning the choices that we made, whatever. We're feeling bad about ourselves, and instead of trying to raise ourselves up to the level of confident women, we just want to knock all women down so we all feel like shit. Instead, let's just all build ourselves up. So, like I said, I hate seeing women feeling bad, and I hate seeing other women put more thoughts in their head that reinforce this idea that they're not good enough, they're not smart enough, they're not pretty enough, they're not whatever. I hate seeing that because honestly, I mean this in a very platonic way. I love women. I think women are awesome. I think we're mysterious, and guys can't quite figure us out, so they chalk it up to we're crazy. I think women have like a certain like allure to them. I think women underestimate their own strength. I love women. I'm very happy to be a woman. And it saddens me to see this like female civil war going on. Okay, so what do we do about it? How do we make this change? Try for like 1 week. Just try your hardest not to say anything nasty to another female, not to her face, not behind her back. If you can't find anything nice to say, zip your lip. Don't say anything at all. Don't call another woman a bitch. Don't call her a whore. Don't call her ugly. Don't call her fat. Don't sit here and like make fun of how her makeup looks or whatever. Don't say anything nasty about another female. And additionally, here's a little challenge for you. For 1 week, try to find something nice to say to the females in your life. Well, do it for the guys too.
Like
We don't
say
have.
you're a superstar.
Natalie said, tell other women you're a superstar. But seriously, I mean, okay, maybe there is somebody in your office that you don't really think she is pretty. Tell her that you like her hair, or you like her clothes, or she's doing a really good job doing her job. Find something nice to say to the women around you, whether they're 14 or 40 or 85. Start finding nice things to say. I actually did that one Lent a couple years ago. I gave up gossip, and I decided that I was going to find something nice to say to somebody else. Didn't matter who, just whoever I was talking to that day, I was going to find something nice to say. And I was really just amazed by how much better I felt when Lent was over. I should probably just make that a life goal. It's just something I really wanted to get off my chest because it really bothers me. Can we just end the girl hate? Just stop it. Stop calling each other bitches and sluts and whores. Quit calling each other ugly. Quit calling each other fat. Raise the bar, okay? Because women, we rock. Girl power. So that's all I have for you guys today. Thanks for checking in with me. Make sure you subscribe. Like this video if you want more rants. Or thumbs down if you hate these rants. That's it. Bye, guys.